All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to week 4 material for English 2 for Diploma 3 with the topic for this week, which is about technology in sport. Yeah, so for this week, we are going to have a theory session in online session like this. So I'm going to make video, as an anticipation or a mitigation for the situation that happens right now in the campus. So I hope everyone is feeling okay. If you are not feeling healthy, just take a rest. You can watch this video at your convenient time. Okay, so have a look at this slide over here. The slide is available in Cheese, and this video is going to be uploaded in YouTube. So you can actually put your comments later in YouTube. Okay, so technology in sport, that's going to be our topic for week 4. All right, so the outline for this video is we are going to have a quick review from last week's material, and we are also going to discuss the objective of the lesson, and then we'll talk the topic of week 4, which is the technology in sport. Okay, so the review from last week's material, I think I'm just going to quickly remind you that last week we had our presentation in the class. Some of you had the presentation in the class, some of you had the presentation in the video session, in the video in the class, or also in Zoom. So thank you very much for those who have sent their video to me. If for the D3TI for the D3TI class, I noticed that you haven't sent your video yet. I think after this, I'm going to let you know how you can collect the video. Okay, so that will be your first assignment, and I'm going to give a score right after you finish your submission. Okay, so that will be the information about the assignment. Now we move on to the topic or the objective of the lesson. As we know that the topic is going to be about technology in sports. So what we are going to do for this week, we are going to you are going to integrate the grammar in writing, and then so the objective is for students to be able to integrate grammar in writing upon the context of technology and computing. Okay. All right, so just a quick warm up over here, everyone. Can you name sports that use technology? For this question, I would like you to answer this in the comments of YouTube, and after that, write down your name and your class, and then your answer. Okay, so what are the names of sport that use technology? If possible, mention the technology that is being used in the sports as well. Okay, so that's my warm-up question. Now let's have a look at this one. So this is actually a bicycle. Do you think the bicycle actually has technology integrated in it? Surprisingly, yes. So probably the technology that you were thinking was like probably like computer or IT stuff or IoT stuff. It doesn't have to be like that. So the technology that we are talking here is the technology as simple as, like, for example, the materials that is being used, or the mathematical function that is being used over there, and that is actually the technology that we are talking about. Okay, so that's the discussion that we are going to focus on today. All right, so let's have a look at these materials of the bicycle or bike components. I'm sure at least all of you at least have one bicycle at home, maybe, or you used to have one, or maybe your family has one, or you have seen one. Yeah, so you must be familiar with a bicycle or bike. Okay, so we have wheel bearing. Okay, so wheel bearing is like the wheel that has, all the smaller lines over there, and then we also have frame, and then we have saddle, brake cables, rim, tire, and also pedals. Okay, I think all of these bike components are something that you are familiar with, so I don't have to explain it to you. But then if you are confused, you can also consult with dictionary. Okay, so this is what we call as wheel bearing. Okay, now we move on to the materials in the sports equipment. So we already talked about the bike component, but this one here I have a blank and information on what the bike components are, but I actually give you the answer on the materials and the reason. So for this one, I want you to discuss what is actually the bike component that has the materials of rubber, and the reason is for the good grip. So the good grip is so when you brake, when you push the brake, it can stop as fast as possible, so the gripping is good. Okay, so what do you think the bike components that is what that is making that is from the material of rubber and also have a good grip as the reason for making it? So please write down the answers in this column over here and the others as well. Yeah, so we have braided steel, very strong steel, hard aluminum alloy, light and strong titanium, light and stranger than steel, highly corrosion resistant, and the nylon, light and flexible. Okay. Now we will discuss now here in the grammar review, we are going to talk about used to, use for, made of, and made from. I'm sure that you have you remembered about this material when we talk about the topic of home industry in the first semester. So I think the one that you need to know, when you use used to, it must be followed by verb one. Used for, use followed by verb ing. Made of is for the things that is the one that you can see, the material that you can see, and at the end product, and then made from is the one that is the materials that has been through process. Okay, you might want to see the material, the discussion of the grammar in the topic of home industry in the first semester, just to give you a flashback on what it is. Okay, and for this one, there's actually one reading in the practicum session, in the practicum class, that you can actually use to help you identify used to, use for, made of, and made from. So have a look at the reading in the second slide, or it's in the second session, discussing about the grammar review and identify the grammar in the reading. Okay. All right, so this is, so once you have noticed or you already reviewed the grammar, I want you to give a correction to this error. So there's number one, rubber is used for make the tires. I noticed that you can actually change either rubber is used to make the tires, or rubber is used for making the tires. Okay, so give correction to these sentences. And the other one, I also want you to make the corrections for these sentences. Okay, so that's for the theory sessions grammar discussion. All right, so for the next session in the practicum, we are going to talk about features of sports equipment. But then in this discussion, I also want you to first identify the grammar that is being used in the reading about Fernando, if I'm not mistaken, and have a look at why it is using for, or why is it using verb one or verb ing. You have to have the reason for that. And also, because we don't have we don't really know what happens in the practicum session later on. So I want you to what do you call it? Record yourself when you are reading the text in the second session. Okay, so I want to make sure that everyone practices the reading, and everyone practices their English, even though we are in the online session. Okay, so that would actually bring me to the end of my theory session for week 4 video. If you have questions, please let me know. Here are the references, and I'm actually looking forward to meeting you guys in person. I hope everyone stay healthy. If you are feeling sick, let me know. Let the dormitory staff know, and I hope you all get better soon. Okay, thank you very much, everyone, for watching this video. Don't forget to post your answer in the YouTube comment on the warm-up question. Okay, see you all in the practicum session, and goodbye.